Greetings and salutations from Middle Earth. Today we are doing yet again another Lord of the Rings based challenge. We'll get into it in just a minute. Of course, joining me is my co-host, my friend Danny, who lives all the way in Sweden. He's one of my best friends in the whole wide world. I met him while living abroad in Japan, and that will be a story for another time. My name is Eric, also known as Edric the Unwise. Without further ado, let's get right into the game. Alrighty, everyone, so we're here in the game. Let's check and see. Danny, can you hear us today?
Hello, Eric.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and let you do the honors, Danny. What is today's challenge?
Today's challenge is a bit of a twist of last one, because we are still gonna play the starter decks, except I'm gonna add 3 rules. So, we are going to rebuild them and hopefully make them better with 3 rules. So the rules are: you're only allowed to use cards from the Lord of the Rings expansion. You have to still have the main card of the deck. So Aragorn for you and Sauron for me.
Okay.
And the last rule is you have to add at least 1 more color to it.
All right. Yeah, this one sounds interesting. Again, we played last week, and starter decks can be fun, but they're also, known to be pretty terrible. So this will be fun. We can take it and expand upon it and hopefully make these decks better. How long do we have to make these decks? What are you thinking?
I'll give us 30 minutes.
Okay, that's not bad. 30 minutes. Okay. All right. So I guess I'll go in. Here I'll just go in and clone the original deck, and I'll just rename it.
Oh yeah, smart.
The Fellowship Plus is what I'll name my deck.
Mordor X.
Nice. XX
Oh,
Mordor XX.
Mordor.
All right, that sounds good. So I just have to keep Aragorn as my main guy, add a color, and and only Lord of the Rings cards, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that sounds good. Good idea for a challenge, by the way. This should be fun. Every week we do these challenges, so if you guys watching have a suggestion for what we should do for next week's video, let us know in the comments, and we'll consider it for next week's video. I'm ready if you want to just dive in here.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, good luck, and I'll see you in 30 minutes.
All right,
you guys, this should be fun. Again, it's nice and focused and simple, which is what I like. I'm not an expert in Magic, so I personally love challenges that are a little bit more honed in. I don't feel too overwhelmed by the whole card pool that's here in Arena. We can kind of play around here. So the idea with this deck is more or less food tokens, and just off the top of my head, I'm leaning toward adding in a black. So let's do this. I'm gonna go white, black, and green. Alrighty, so there's about 4 minutes left until we're battling. I'll just show you guys really quickly the deck I built. So again, I went for a green, white, black sort of deck. So the idea is that hopefully we can do a lot of token generation, so we can create a lot of food tokens, and I also have some treasure tokens in here. And hopefully we can get a Mirkwood Bats onto the field. Whenever I create or sacrifice a token, each opponent loses a life. So the idea being that I can continually generate, but also use these tokens to kind of just ping them to death. Yeah, again, we're building it off of a starter deck, and being limited to the Lord of the Rings card pool, it's a bit limited, but I think there is some synergy here that hopefully works. We're a little short on land, but again, we have some of the cards to make up for it. So let's see how it goes.
All right, here we go. We are gonna build some show. I don't know what to do, to be honest. Well, I kind of do, because I've played with the card I want to add. I want to play with the other Sauron. I want to add Sauron the Dark Lord, because this card is dope as hell. So of course I'm going to add blue. Alright, so let's start to remove the cards I don't want. I don't want Balrog. I don't want Oliphant. I don't want that. I am done. I don't have that much time to. So. Let me go through my deck. This is the weird creation I've made. So I decided to add blue to be able to have Sauron, the Dark Lord. I also added 4 copies of Saruman's Trickery because it kind of felt weird to not have any more blue stuff when I added blue. So I don't know. Always fun to counter people sometimes. I don't know. Don't have that many cards from before. Still have Sauron, of course. Playing some Grishnacks. Added more copies of Mahur Urkai. Added some March of the Black Gates. Of course, added Orcish Bowmaster. Added some in envelopes just to have some mana fixing because of the Sauron has, or the Saruman Trickery has 2 blue, which might be a problem, but we will see. Yeah, that's my deck. Wish me luck. Let's get ready to rumble.
All right, dude. Best of 1.
Good luck.
Week 2. Good luck to you, man. Here we go. Round 1. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. All right, I've muted Danny so we can chat here. Guys, are you kidding me? Look at this. We got 2 Delighted Halflings in the hand. We've got Removal in the hand. We've got Many Partings in the hand. We've got Watchdogs. This is perfect. This is perfect. We're keeping this.
Looking at my hand, I kinda believe I can keep this hand. And hope that I draw a red mana. I still have removal in case I fall behind, so I am gonna keep it. I will keep. Good luck!
I also kept. Good luck to you, sir. Here we go. I cast a Forest for turn, and for my first creature of the game, I'm going to cast Delighted Halfling. Delighted Halfling can be tapped to add a colorless mana, or it can be tapped to add a mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a legendary spell, and that spell cannot be countered.
Shit. He's ramping. He's
Cool
ramping.
card.
I am gonna play a swamp. And then I'm done.
Alrighty. He says I'm done. Alright. I am going to... Yeah, I guess I can do this. I'm going to tap 1 green and play Many Partings. Many Partings is a sorcery. I get to search my library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into my hand, and then shuffle. It also creates a food token.
Interesting.
So I'm going to grab that right now. And I'm going to use it to grab...
Oh, a swamp.
Yes, sir. My 3rd color will be Swamp today. And should I? Should. I'll go ahead and play the Swamp. And then I think... Oh, yeah, it's colorless. Okay, so I can't do that. Oh, I actually messed this up. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to attack and thank you for 1. I messed that up. I forgot it's legendaries only. So, oops. Okay.
I am going to play a swamp, and then I will pass my turn.
Interesting. Okay. With this, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to cast, tap 4 mana and cast Saradoc, Master of Buckland. He's a legendary halfling. When Master of Buckland or another non-token creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under my control, I create a 1/1 white halfling creature token. He also has the ability to tap 2 other untapped halflings that I control, and he gets +2 in lifelink until end of turn, becoming a 4/4. So we'll see how, got sort of a Hobbit theme going in this deck. We'll see how this goes.
Alright, I am going to go ahead and play a Orcish Bowmaster after you create your token, which is a 2-mana 1/1 creature with flash, and when it enters the battlefield and whenever an opponent draws a card, except for the first one they draw in each of their draw step, I deal 1 damage to any target in a mass orcs 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and destroy your token.
There it is. The Bowmasters.
I'm gonna go ahead and play a Chai Terrace, which I can tap for a colorless. Or pay 1 mana and tap it and sacrifice it and search my library for basic land and put it onto the battlefield tapped. And then I'm actually gonna go ahead and play Feed the Swarm, which is a 2-mana sorcery, which lets me destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent control, and I lose life equal to that permanent's mana value. I'm gonna go ahead and kill your Saradoc.
Damn. Hey, that's not... Is that Lord of the Rings?
Oh, but it was in the starter deck. I just didn't change it out.
Okay. I guess it's fine then.
Ha
Okay.
ha ha! I did not even think about that.
All right. I guess if it was in the starter deck, it's
okay,
fine.
Good. And that's my turn.
Wasn't expecting it, but that's okay. Surprises are fun. Surprises are fun. Okay. All right. I'll play a forest for turn. And I am... Get that going. And then... Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. All right. I'm going to tap 1 and play a second Delighted Halfling. And then I'm also going to cast... for 3 mana, I'm going to cast a Banishing Light. When Banishing Light enters the battlefield, I exile a target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Banishing Light leaves the battlefield. And I'm going to target your Orcish Bowmasters.
Orcish Bowmaster.
I want to get that out of here. And with that, I will attack for 1 and pass turn.
So you have 6 mana ready. I am probably going to have to do this. I will play Call of the Ring, which is a enchantment that says at the beginning of your upkeep, the ring tempts you. Whenever you choose a creature as your ring bearer, I may pay 2 life. If I do, I draw a card. And then I will pass my turn.
Okay. All right. For my land this turn, I'm going to cast Minas Tirith. It enters the battlefield tapped unless I control a legendary creature, which I do not. But I can pay 2 mana and then tap it to draw a card. And I can only activate it if I've attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn.
Oh.
So I can't use that ability just yet. And let's see, you've got the orcs up. Okay, I am going to enter combat and attack with 1 of my halflings.
I will not block.
All right. And before my turn ends, I'm going to cast for 2 mana, Mushroom Watchdogs. I get to sacrifice a food, or he has the ability as a sorcery. I can sacrifice a food at any time I can cast a sorcery to put a +1/+1 counter on him, and it gains vigilance until end of turn. I kind of read that card backwards, but okay, so.
Oh, the Watchdogs mushrooms. I see.
Yeah. The Sudogawa Vroom Vroom. Yeah. That card. And I will pass my turn.
Interesting. I am going to take 2 to draw a card because I need to. I am going to play a Chiters again. And then I am going to play yet another Feed the Swarm and target your Watchdogs mushrooms. And then I will pass my turn.
Yeah. Alrighty. I am going to enter combat and attack with both Delighted Halflings.
Right. In response, I am going to play yet another Orcish Bowmaster.
Wow, okay.
And I will deal 1 damage to your face.
Okay.
And then I will
Oh, and it amasses. Nice.
block with my army.
All right. Before... Oh, I miscalculated that. That's okay. Before that happens, I'll just do it now. I'm going to tap my Minas Tirith and pay 2 mana to draw a card. I can only activate if I've attacked with 2 creatures, and I did this turn, so I get to draw.
That means I.
Oh, and you get to ping me. Oops.
Again.
Forgot about that.
Should have thought about that. I'm going to ping your face. And then I'm going to block one of your halflings.
No! I will play my land for turn and pass my turn.
I am going to choose my Bowmaster as my ring bearer, and then I will take 2 to draw an extra card.
Okay.
I am going to go ahead and play a second Call of the Ring. And then I'm going to attack with my Bowmaster, which I kind of forgot. And I will go ahead and discard Foray of Orcs. And then I will end my turn.
Okay. So I just muted the call for a second so I can chat with you guys. I'm not sure if I want to banish the army, but anytime I draw a second card, he gets to... So it's anytime I draw an additional card. So I haven't been had the ring tempted yet. I'm actually not so scared of this card, except for that it's a 1/1. So I'll probably just leave Halfling up to block, and I can banish the orcs, and he won't amass orcs through Bowmasters by me for probably a while. I'm not really getting any card draw, so I could probably do that. And then, okay, maybe I will have to leave. Maybe I will have to tap Halfling to get my bats up, or I can play Aragorn and maybe just kind of... Again, I'm not really getting any card tempting right now, so I almost kind of just want to put him on the board. Maybe it's a waste, but I'd rather have a 3/3 on the board than nothing. So I could get rid of the or the army, just to get rid of it, and then we'll deal with his Bowmasters hopefully later. All right, here is the plan. I am going to cast a second Banishing Light, and I'm going to exile your Orc army.
Oh, no.
And then I am going to cast Aragorn, Company Leader, for 3. Whenever the ring tempts me, if I choose a creature other than Aragorn as my ring bearer, I get to put my choice of a counter from among First Strike, Vigilance, Death Touch, or Lifelink on Aragorn. Then whenever one or more counters on Aragorn, or whenever you put one or more counters on Aragorn, put one of each of those kinds of counters on up to one other target creature. So if he ever gets First Strike, something else gets First Strike. If he ever gets Vigilance, something else gets Vigilance, etc., etc. But that only happens when the ring tempts me.
I will go ahead and sacrifice one of my terrors before your turn ends, so I can find a mountain. And I am going to... can I afford it? I'll probably have to. I'm gonna tap, and then I won't take it. Alright. And I will decline, and I will decline. I'm not gonna kill myself. Alrighty. I will play a swamp. Then I will go ahead. Let's see here. Can I do something fun? I am going to play the Book of Mazarbul, which is a enchantment saga. And it has 3 steps, and the first one is IMS Orcs 1, and the second is IMS Orcs 2, and the third is creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain menace until end of turn.
Okay.
And I will not attack. Then I will end my turn.
Okay. Let's see here. I guess he might. All right. I'm going to go into combat.
All right.
And I'm going to attack with Aragorn, Company Leader, for 3.
Right. I am going to go ahead and block with my Bowmaster.
Okay. And before I end my turn, I am going to cast 4 mana to play Mirkwood Bats. It's a flying bat with 2/3, and whenever I create or sacrifice a token, each opponent loses 1 life.
Oh, God.
And with that, I end my turn.
All righty. I will decline all of these. Because I don't want to die. And then I get to amass Orcs 2. I will play a Swamp. And then I'll go ahead and play a Foray of Orcs, which is a sorcery that amass Orcs 2. And when I do, Foray of Orcs deals X damage to target creature and opponent controls, where X is a amassed army's power. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill your bats.
All right.
Because that shit needs to die. And then I will not attack. And I will end my turn.
All right. Okie dokie. Oh, and of course, right when the bats dies, I draw that. Okay. Let's do... Oh boy. How do I want to do this? I think I'm going to wait to cast this card. I think I'm just going to play a Plains and pass turn. I know I could attack with both, and he'd block Aragorn and kill it, and I'd get in for 1. And I could play East Farthing Farmer to add a +1 to that to make it 2, so he's down to 2. But I think we're going to we're definitely like in the lead as far as momentum. So I'm just going to play a Plains and pass my turn, I think. Alrighty, I am going to cast my land for turn, and I'm actually going to pass turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and sack my terrace, which I forgot to do last turn. And I am going to take a island!
Blue, okay.
You know why? Because dabu dee dabu die. I will decline. And I will decline. Ooh. I will play a swamp. Fuck nuggets. I will enter combat. I will not attack. And I will play Sauron the Dark Lord, which is a 7/6 legendary creature with ward, and the ward cost is sacrifice a legendary artifact or a legendary creature. And then whenever an opponent casts a spell, I amass Orcs 1. And whenever an army you control deals combat damage to a player, the ring tempts me. And then whenever the ring tempts you, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 4 cards. Ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
And then
Oh, damn.
I will end my turn.
Whenever an army you control deals combat. Okay.
I'm scared.
Alrighty. It's getting down to the wire.
I know.
You're drawing some cards here. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to pay 6 mana to cast Generous Ent. It's a 5/7 tree folk with reach, and when he enters the battlefield, I get to create a food token. And oh yeah, you get to amass Orcs 1. I forgot about that. I think with that, I'm going to pass my turn.
All right. The arm is still gonna be. I probably wanna do this. Do I? Maybe not. No.
Okay.
It's gonna take a while. Sorry. Decline.
That's all right.
Decline. I'll choose you, and then I will go ahead and decline. And then decline. And then decline. Alright, that's too bad. I will play yet another Shire-Terrace. So, I'm actually gonna go ahead and play Sauron the Lidless Eye, which is the signature card. It's a 4/4 creature, and when he enters the battlefield, I gain control of target creature an opponent controls until end of turn. I untap it, and it gains haste until end of turn. And then I can pay 3 mana, and creatures I control get +2/+0 until end of turn, and each opponent loses 2 life.
Oh boy. Oh, okay. That sucks.
So I'm gonna go ahead and steal your Ent.
Okay.
And then I will enter combat. And I will attack with the Ent and my army.
Alright.
I do not need yet another Call of the Ring, so I will discard that.
Okay, let's pass the blockers here. Okay, you don't have Menace. You're swinging for 11, which will probably be lethal next turn. I do have a food. How about I do this? I'm going to block your army with the halfling and eat the 5. Let's see if I can do it this way. Yes.
Yes.
So, and then before damage resolves, I'm going to tap Delighted Halfling and my Minas Tirith to sacrifice a food to gain 3 life.
Okie dokie.
Because she's gonna die anyway. And I take 5 to the face. Okay.
And then I will end my turn.
Whew. Okay, how do we want to do this? Alrighty. Here is the plan. I'm going to cast 3 mana to cast East Farthing Farmer. He is a 2/3 halfling peasant, and when he enters the battlefield, I create a food token. When I do, target creature I control gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each food I control. In this case, I'll only have 1. I forgot you get to amass. I keep forgetting that. Oh, so that's any spell.
Any spell.
I was thinking it was like sorceries.
Oh, no.
Yep, that's why. Okay. That's very good. Okay. And I'm going to put the +1 on this turn on the Generous Ent.
All right.
And then I'm going to enter combat.
All right.
And I'm going to attack with both the Ent and Aragorn.
All right.
So coming at you for 9.
Oh God, what's the correct thing to do? I'm actually going to go ahead and do the blocks I want to do, like the gut feeling tells me to do. What mana does he have? He tapped his black though, so he won't have it destroy. I should probably block like this. I'll go ahead and block like that.
All right.
Oh, fuck! Why are you so happy?
I'm going to tap 1 plains and cast You Cannot Pass, which is a 1 white instant that destroys target creature that blocked or was blocked by a legendary. That's why I attacked with Aragorn, because he's legendary, and I'm going to kill Sauron the Lidless Eye.
Fuck.
And I forgot you get to amass again. Somehow I keep forgetting that.
All right.
And since I attacked with 2 more creatures, I'm going to tap Minas Tirith to draw a card, which will tap me out, but I get to draw a card here.
I'm still alive, at least.
And you don't have Orcish Bows. Okay. And those will trade... Ooh, you live. Sorry. I was going to say...
Why so negative? Oh, no! My end's so high. Fuck!
Do you want some salt in your wound, sir? Yeah, okay. And I will pass turn.
I will go ahead and sacrifice my terrace and grab another mountain. I will...
All right, Danny.
Wah!
Taking the 2? We draw a card?
Wah! No. 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 Okay. Ah, fuck. Ah, no. Well, I'll go ahead and play an island. And then, to survive, I am going to go ahead and play Spiteful Banditry, which is a enchantment. And when it enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to each creature. Whenever 1 or more creature your opponent controls dies, you create a treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. So I will go ahead and pay 3 for that. So your Aragorn and Farmer dies. Wait. Oh, I think you're dead. I forgot about the treasure.
Really?
I think you're dead!
No way.
That resolves. And then I will play Grishnak, Brash Instigator, which is a 1/1 creature, and when he enters the battlefield, I amass Orcs 2. And when I do, until end of turn, gain control of the target non-legendary creature an opponent controls with power less than or equal to the amassed armor's power. Untap that creature and give it haste.
No!
And I will, of course, take your Ent. And then I will attack with bow.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh, my... Alright, I gotta applaud. That was a cool comeback. Holy shit. I really lost momentum and you... Fuck!
Yeah!
I did not see that coming. Hey, I'll clap and extend a handshake for that. Well played, dude.
Well played.
That was well deserved.
Thank you.
That was feeling pretty grim.
Ooh.
And, so, dude, well played. You hung in
well
there.
Played.
And, I guess you get to choose next week's challenge. So I look forward to what you bring next week. Man, that was a lot of fun, though.
That was fun.
Good idea for the upgrade, but next time we'll be doing something different. So, dude, fuck. God damn it. Shit. I had that. I guess with that, that's all from us. Until next week, we'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I can't believe he pulled the comeback. You know, I lost momentum there. I thought I had enough card draw. He won that fair and square. And I can't believe he pulled that off. That sucks. But you know what? That was a good time. That was a lot of fun. I thought it was a cool challenge. If you guys enjoyed it, let us know by leaving us a comment below. And of course, letting us know if you have an idea for a challenge you'd like to see. This is a brand new channel, so please consider subscribing if you like it and like it. I'm looking forward to what Danny brings to the table next week. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Farewell. Bye-bye.